Omicron variant of the coronavirus. Crude oil prices fell with news of the variant.
Rock and roll. Oh,
Dude,
what a day.
You got my headsets.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ryan's like, shut up.
funny man.
Dude, you've been crabby since I got here.
No, I haven't. I've been helping you fix stuff.
Crabbiness wise, though. So, you know what it is? It's, well, hello.
I sent that to you. Or no, I did. I sent it to Misty, but I don't remember what it is.
Misty?
Yeah, but that has anything to do with.
with
Oh, listen.
My size, or should we cuddle?
Well, since you asked.
Oh.
None of the above.
She said, go ahead, do it. All right, pulling up YouTube.
Okay.
None of the above.
Oh. What up, Jamie? Yo, Whiskey, how you doing? What up, yo? I have something here. I just shut off YouTube. Not shut it off. Let me go here. Oh, I see what's going on here. My screen is weird. That's why it looked funny.
Look funny. Dude, I didn't even make it through the show this morning. I took the new meds this morning.
I noticed that.
Freaking puked about halfway through the show, and then I had to bow out.
See, I can't do nothing with this picture. How do I make the screen bigger?
Control plus.
No, I just did it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it won't come closer.
Oh.
Oh. See?
Oh, yeah. Weird.
Oh, those are for buttons, not the image. Oh. Son of... See, I'm not
Oh,
good
here
at
we
this.
go.
Is it showtime already?
Yeah.
Custom design, and we'd be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocky Stucci.
What are you doing?
Well, Brother Phillips, hold on 1 second. That was...
Was the
All
coffee
right,
good?
I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah, was the coffee good?
Folks, welcome to the program, Abnormal Freaking Realities.
I made
How's
your
everybody-
coffee tonight.
Ron, I got here today. Run a little late, because this is what we do. We run
It
a
is
little
what
bit
it
late.
is.
And I got here, and boy, we had the fresh brewed cup of coffee sitting right here at my laptop. And then I asked Ron a simple question for a little help, and he started yelling at me.
That is not true.
It kind of is.
It's not
You're
kind of
like,
even
you were
true.
like this, dude, go up. And the one in the middle, the one that says number 2. And I says,
Wait, you picked 10 seconds of a 30-minute conversation.
that's all I got.
Oh,
Folks, happy. Wait, what day is it today?
Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
We skipped right over Wednesday.
Well,
Sorry
it
about
was
that.
hump day yesterday, so when I got here, things got a little out of control.
That's not true.
Kind of is.
No, because you didn't even come here yesterday. You were humping something else.
Is that what that was?
No, I was humping something else.
Oh, tell us
Orders.
more.
I was humping orders yesterday,
Oh,
dude. And then
I got excited.
This morning,
Yeah.
I took a new pill, a new med.
Oh.
Oh, my God. Did it wear me out?
Now, you can do another one tomorrow, right?
Yeah, but not till after the show in the morning.
Did you eat?
Yes, and you have to.
Yes.
Remember me telling you? That's the one you have to eat a big meal on. Dude, I eat a big meal, and it still got me. But it's because of that type of med. It takes about a week for it to stop doing that.
So you're going to puke every day for a week. Hey, I just want to tell everybody
unfortunate.
that we love you.
We do love you.
All of
'Cause-
you except, no, this one.
That's
over
right.
here.
Yeah.
But we
And
love
all
the
you
rest.
people on the radio, we love you too. Sorry about that.
On the radio.
Damn it.
Oh. What?
I can't remember to hit that button because you and I get to talking.
Son of a
I'm going to make it your
bitch.
job from now on to watch those meters right over there. And if they're not bouncing,
Ron, show my screen.
oh, okay. Oh, it's okay.
They're bouncing.
You're not even connected.
Oh, see, there he goes.
All right.
All right, we're going to show you guys something here really quick for those that are watching. For those that are listening, we're going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to scroll down here. Bada boom. And we are good. And I'll minus that. Give us what you got there, Brother Phillips.
I will as soon as it pops up.
3,
Boom.
2,
There it goes.
There it is. Hello.
Boom.
Oh, snap. Ladies and gentlemen, what we see right here on your screen and those listening to the program is Miss Teresa D'Anton with her new Andromeda 7 tumbler. And she got it today, and she wanted to send us a picture and say, yo, how you doing? So how you doing back?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Very nice.
Thank you, Teresa. We love you, girl.
Tumblers
Appreciate
are
it.
kicking ass.
Dude. Yes.
I'm glad.
Yeah. We launched, when did I do the website? A couple weeks ago?
No, it
Not
wasn't even that.
Last week.
Yeah.
And I'm already getting smashed. So thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. We can get you an Abnormal Realities tumbler, and you guys can walk around with the sexy Ron Phillips and the sexiest son of a bitch on the planet, Ron again, and then me on there. Dude, I threw you out twice on that cup.
You threw what?
Nothing.
You did. Oh, you threw me out twice. I'm like, you didn't put me on the cup twice.
Nope, I didn't.
Okay.
So what you just need to do is go to, what's the name of it? Insane Custom Tumblers.
It's your website.
Dude, it's been a long day. A long day. It's been a long day coming. Long day.
InsaneCustomTumblers.com.
InsaneCustomTumblers.com.
Yeah, and you're like continuously putting
Every day.
stuff out there, right?
Because I have 24,000 images to add. So I'm just going as quick as I can.
Yeah.
All right. No, but the majority has been something you're very familiar with is custom orders.
Yeah, people asking, do you have such and such, and then putting it on there. And I would guess with 26,000 images, you probably have such and such when they ask.
Yeah, and if I don't, I'll get it.
Or you just, I mean,
get it.
You're a good graphic artist, so you just work it out, right?
So Leslie is in the chat. Hey, Leslie.
Hi,
love
Leslie.
you. And no, I'm not leaving Petey alone. Look at that. And with Leslie's was a complete custom. It was all put together and it was designed and so we can do stuff like that. It's like Romeka can designs do stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so some people will give me an idea and then I'll just kind of mess with it. Otherwise, just like a lady last night, she said she was looking for something specific. I said, well, what is it? You know, and she told me what it was. And a few minutes later, I gave her a little mock-up. She loved it, ordered 5. So it's just like, let's go. Come on.
Fantastic.
Dude, we're doing it, dude. This is an enterprise.
This is
in
an
the making.
enterprise. That's exactly what it is. We've got, radio does okay for us, but it doesn't pay the bills. We just get out here and talk. This radio for us is what we do when we're done working for the day. Well, then we go back to work.
I was just going to say, I went till 10:30 last night. And I was up at 4.
We come up here, we relax with you guys for a little bit, then we go back to it. Yeah, I've been running that laser for 16 hours a day for the last 2 weeks.
So Leslie said I gave Rocky an idea, and he ran with it, brought tears to my eyes. I can't wait to get it. I just want to admit something here.
Yeah.
So I made the first one. It was an emotional, spiritual moment when I opened it up and actually saw the product. Got all excited, do what I do. I made a video. You know, you add music to the background because you want people to feel what's in that picture.
Yeah.
That's why I do it. You know, if you showed a picture like that, or if we did something that had a significance to it, you wouldn't have felt looking at a tumbler the way you did without having that music. So that music pulled people in to the moment of what that actually represented. Leslie got back to me. She said she watched it like 4 times. And she got back to me and she says, oh, I'm like, what? She goes, the date is wrong. I put born in 1966 and it was 86. And, you know, I was thinking about it. I was like, damn, girl. Leslie had been
she looked good for 55.
She was like a newborn when she had a baby. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was born in 66. I don't look so good for 55, but Leslie probably would.
Leslie is hot.
Share what Izzo sends you. I don't know
will.
if that was for us or not.
No, we can go right now. I'm just saying.
No, it's probably not a good plan.
Mhm.
He said,
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose.
okay.
All right, so there's Teresa again looking at me all. Oh, all right. I actually have Ron. What is your take? What are you doing?
Just looking at the stories.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
What is your take on cursed locations? Not people. I mean, we've talked about people being cursed, and we'll probably someday again go over that. But what is your take? Because lots of times, and I think we talked about it a little bit, and that's why we're referencing this now when we talk about King Tut,
Yeah.
the ancient Egyptians, Native Americans. There's a lot of lore, there's a lot of myth, but there's also a lot of fact to people's belief systems that traditionally carried on. And so we hear globally certain sites, Native Americans especially, ancient Egyptians especially, you hear these things that if you disrespect that area of land, disrespect that burial site, that there would be a curse put on you.
Yeah, the biggest one, of course, is the Egyptians and
Yep.
the pyramids, right?
Yep.
That's the one that you hear.
Jack Frost.
Didn't the
nipping
guy who
at
opened
your
King
nose.
Tut's tomb supposedly was cursed?
He woke up and he had centipedes crawling out of his mouth.
Wait a minute. He woke up, meaning, okay.
So
He
yeah,
wasn't dreaming. He
no,
literally,
when he woke up, he was in some Egyptian hotel, and there was literally like a 12-inch centipede coming out of his mouth.
okay. Nope.
But his name was Oscar Muhammad, and they got really drunk and went to a hotel in Egypt, Cairo, and he had a 12-inch centipede coming out of his mouth.
What was his name?
Oscar Muhammad.
The guy who opened King Tut's tomb.
No, the centipede.
Okay. So Rocky smoked something before he came over.
Dude, that was a joke.
Just-
You played right into it perfectly.
I absolutely played right into it because I thought, what in the hell are you talking about?
You're like, okay. No, I don't know for sure about the guy originally. I do know, like Josh Gates, he did go in to King Tut. They were given permission to investigate, which we could if we got out and did our series.
Really?
Yes.
King Tut's tomb.
King Tut's tomb.
No
we can
kidding.
get into the pyramids. I keep telling people that we just need a production crew to come with us and film it.
Okay.
I've been talking about this forever and ever and ever. And they got extremely sick. Each person, one at a time, went into the tomb area and they went to do some investigative work, nothing aggressive, just trying to get EVPs and monitor the atmosphere. And all of them got super nauseous and sick. That could be a lot of different things, right? More malevolent, more darker, more low energy type of vibrational entities can affect your body because its vibrational rate is actually lower than the human body, and your human body's reacting to that. That's kind of how I look at it and view it. I think it's pretty accurate. And then that's why when we talk about spirit would be at a super high vibrational rate, which is much higher than the human body. So you don't react to it in the way that you react to a lower energy.
Okay.
So that's why people are like, well, I can feel ghosts, but I can't feel spirit. Because there is a difference. I'm not going to feel my grandpa, who may just come to visit me for Christmas, and feel uncomfortable with him being there because he is in that right vibrational level. Whatever realm,
in other
whatever
words,
existence.
the vibrational level doesn't cause you concern, or it doesn't cause you
It's the lower vibrational entities
that cause the
that cause the sickness,
weird-
the nauseousness. Where you
What
feel
will we
uncomfortable.
experience at the Hill House?
Very low level stuff.
Very low level
Very
stuff.
low. Now this isn't just an entity that's claiming its house because it lived there all its life,
Right.
like the Fernhill
Yeah.
house. These are entities that, to me, this is weird, but this is what's coming to my brain. They have more of, it's like a combo of a human, non-human energy but it's all in one. You have Toby, and Toby is well known to be up in the attic because when he was a child and he was alive, and we're going to have the owners on the show before we go out. They already said they would come on.
Okay.
And they'll give everybody the full explanation. So when we get there, we won't have to go through all that.
And that means they're on the show next week.
They're going to be on the show next week.
We need to
Yep.
pick a day.
We will pick a day.
Can't pick Friday then.
Can't pick Friday.
Yeah.
So you guys got all that.
Yeah, we've got Friday booked already. We'll tell you who that is later.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. But when I see like an entity like Toby, it's really weird. And I don't know why I'm seeing this, but I see a combination of human animal.
What would cause that, though?
So I believe that partially there's a people are going to think I'm nuts, and probably everybody's going to disagree with me, but I think part of Toby's original soul is still with that entity. But I also think it's an entity because of the madness and the darkness this kid experienced, because he was a disabled kid. He was locked up in the attic. Bad things happened. And
Yeah.
then the parents practiced certain things in that house, which drew really malevolent style entities in that home. And I can't remember if Toby died there, if he got thrown down the stair. I can't remember. I do not want to misrepresent the story. But I see him as something that's been taken over spiritually.
Isn't this the house that's got the axe in the drawer?
Yes. That's
I
the
can't-
bedroom where the lady got pulled out of the bed.
Okay.
It's that room.
Yeah.
But it's I believe some of Toby is there, but like with the Fernhill house, when I said that I started making it worse, there was new energies and entities coming in and clearly talking with me that I did not recognize the first 4 months. When I go to the axe murder house in Iowa, there's no way in hell that it's those 6 children and parents that are just roaming around the damn house. No
Right.
way in hell. Were they possibly in that location after death for a little bit because of the traumatic death? Sure. Could it be them transformed into some kind of energies? We don't know how it works. I don't know, but I just don't think we're going to dealing with the stuck child in an attic because that's where he was trapped all his life and he was disabled.
Yeah.
So I think that we will have to have our game face on. I have a little anxiety, not trying to implant anything.
No,
in your
I
brain.
do. I do.
And I usually don't. And I hope I'm not producing bad energy just because I just said that. I just want to make sure that when we do this, and I know we will, that everybody's safe, that we approach each room and each situation with, respectfully, but with zero fear, because it's still our space.
Yeah.
It's our physical world.
Yeah.
It's our space. We're invading its space in its world, in its realm, and that's its space as well. But you got to have that mindset that you are the authority. We're the authority anyways. You know what I'm saying?
Until they slap the shit out of you.
Just throw you down the damn stairs.
Yeah, see,
Then all of a sudden they're the authority, and that's stupid.
Nope.
Oh, Dominic Izzo just
He-
sent me a
he-
picture too. Thanks, bro.
He did? Oh, of course he did. Right in the middle of the show.
It's actually not that big.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Yes.
I'd say maybe 3.5, maybe 4, unless it was this cold in Chicago.
I have no idea what you're speaking about, but we'll just.
Something Petey don't have. Check it out. Oh.
You're weird.
Yes, weird as I am.
Did you know, Nikola?
Oh, no, we didn't even get.
I'm just going to do
We
this
didn't even
story.
get to the curses.
Yeah, we'll get to them.
That was like an hour ago.
Yeah. Nikola Tesla worked on a time machine. Quote, I could see the past, present, and future all at the same time.
That would be a trip.
This is a very short little deal, but if you consider Nikola Tesla, he probably was the closest to getting to what time machine or time travel would have been, right? Before that undertaking came to fruition, Tesla was tracking down astonishing substances as to time, space, and the chance of time travel. With the utilization of these attractive fields, Tesla discovered that existence could be abused or gotten to by making an entryway that could prompt an alternate time. In spite of this astonishing revelation, Tesla showed full mindfulness that time travel was serious stuff just to alter.
Dude,
Oh my God.
I'm kind of jealous, bro.
I was side-eyeing it. I didn't want to. This is going to be the quickest pause game of ever. Everybody's going to be like, oh, we'll go back and pause it.
Hold on, I'm zooming in.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude, he shaves his butt crack. That's I appreciate the
The
curvature.
stuff that
Dude, it's almost like
the
the back
stuff
of
that
Petey's
you
head.
get thrilled about.
Well, no, it's science. It's all aerodynamics, dude. Because mine don't look like that. Lisa said mine kind of caves in.
Okay.
And dude, I looked and it doesn't cave. I felt good about it. And then she just says shit. And it's wrong and it hurts. So Nikola Tesla.
One section in the future could totally change and obliterate the current timetable. Tesla's first experimentation of time travel occurred in March of 1895. One journalist said that they tracked down Tesla at a little bistro, yet he looked very shaken and clearly had quite recently taken 3.5 million volts to the body. The voltage nearly killed Tesla on the spot, yet his partner halted the force of the machine from ending his life. In spite of practically passing on, he said that he ended up in an altogether unique environment and time window. Tesla said that he was fit for seeing the past, present, and future all simultaneously while being entrapped in this attractive field. In spite of having the option to see all of this, he observed he was incapacitated from all the power the wattage was doing to his body, which prompted his associate winding down the machine. Exactly the same activities would wind up happening during the Philadelphia project.
Yep.
Anyway, the after effects of that trial ended up being very deplorable.
You know, he was all part of that. The Philadelphia
Tesla
project.
was?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
I'm going to have to double check the way you're doing that, though.
Maybe the thinking for Tesla almost passing on from testing is that people are not intended to change any types of time, and that embracing the truth for what it is the most ideal choice. Interesting. Nikola Tesla. Look, if I studied him more, I'd probably be a little bit more intrigued by all of that stuff, because he was kind of a weird dude.
Yeah, but dude, he got hammered though, man. I mean, he got
I'm sure he did.
Screwed out of all of his
Inventions
patents
patents. Yeah.
And then, of course, when he passed away, who do you think raided his hotel room and took all of his stuff?
His partner.
I think it was the FBI.
What?
Or CIA,
Really?
or some agency. Yeah,
Because
came
they
in and
were.
government. Man, I'll tell you, he had some good stuff. I bet you he had some zero gravity stuff going on. Now, what's the reasoning why they called the Tesla car the Tesla? Could that be part of his work? Or is it just because it's an electric car and they're trying to credit him?
Maybe.
You know, you're getting a Tesla, aren't you?
I would love to have a Tesla. Yes, Model S. Thank you very much. Let's see. All right.
Immediately after passing away of Dr. Nikola Tesla, U.S. Navy resumed, the Philadelphia project during October 1943. USS Eldridge, a U.S. Navy ship on which testing was to be carried, was released into Philadelphia Bay. The ship was having many crew members aboard, unaware of the fact that a test for teleportation was being carried out. So Tesla had something to do with it.
So the FBI got called 2 days after his death. The FBI actually called an MIT professor to find out whether or not the stuff that Tesla built and any of the belongings at his estate would be dangerous if they fell into enemy hands.
And that's a fact,
Yeah.
really.
Well, yeah, but there's no way for them to have known whether it would or not.
Well, dude, he was living in a tiny hotel room, or it's just a mediocre hotel room, broke as a joke when
He
he
was
died.
broke as a
and
joke,
the guy
yeah.
that invented the telephone company, Bell, Graham,
Great. Mm-hmm.
isn't he the one that took the patents? Oh, no, electric. I'm sorry. The electric was, what was the electric company that actually started electricity in the United States? Because they were going to go with Tesla, and then they ended up going, I think, DC current instead when they first started initiating electric in cities. Who was the freaking guy? Somebody in the chat room, tell me, who was the guy that got the patent and the government contracts for electricity? And Tesla was the one that created AC/DC power, which was a more cleaner style of electricity, and he got screwed out of that. Edison? Yeah, Edison. Yeah. Edison. Thank you, Off Track. Thank you, Knights Who Say and I. Right, Rocky Bell. Edison.
Yeah,
That's Edison.
Edison's U.S. patents.
Yep. And so Edison pretty much stole a lot of Tesla's work, or we should get a dude. It's an intriguing story. And the dude got played by the government.
Who did, Tesla?
Tesla.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that dude should have been a billionaire.
I started to say, but he died destitute. In other
100%.
words, I don't know. Are there people like that in the world now?
Yeah, because he wanted to give away free energy. And they didn't want to do that.
They didn't want to give away
No,
free
so
energy,
you got to get rid of people like that. Got to make them
Right.
disappear.
Are there inventors like Tesla in the world right now? Would you consider Elon Musk that type of person?
What is Elon Musk really inventing?
Well,
He has a company that invents things.
I don't disagree.
What
Right.
did Elon Musk invent anything, or what did Elon Musk invent? And let's see what comes up, because I don't know of any miraculous things that Elon Musk. Maybe he started something, drove him to suicide. Somebody said, Mark said that. I am talking conspiracy. What does it say?
Elon Musk has been inventing things since before he was a teenager. His 10 greatest inventions
Come on.
that are changing the world: Tesla motor cars,
So he did invent all that.
SpaceX, X.com, which is now PayPal,
He sold that, right?
the Hyperloop,
Oh.
which is the transport, Zip2, which is online city guides, Solar City, solar power systems,
So
the electric jet,
I am not trying to at all.
web-based phone calls,
He invented that?
location-specific searches,
Yeah, that's kind of a big deal.
the Blastar video game.
All right. So, and I'm not trying to discredit the guy. I'm not,
Yeah.
because I actually kind of liked him when I saw him on Joe Rogan and them two puffing one out.
Yeah.
And I was just like, all right, dude, I can hang out with that guy. And he's weird, and it's a cool weird. It's a genius
He's weird because he doesn't really give two shits
Yep.
about what you think of him. He doesn't care.
But his company has
He's rich
invented
enough. He don't need
some
to care.
amazing. So he probably was like a Bill Gates, where they did the grassroots and started coming up with things and came up
Oh,
with
I'm
something,
sure.
started making
Yeah.
money here, and just like we're doing right now, because that's going to be us, dude. You
At
and
some
I
point.
will have a company where we're putting people into space.
Okay.
The regular people.
I'm in.
Just the normal, not the
As long
Hollywood
as I get the
elites.
first ride, I'm good. I don't care.
I'll
You-
take the
you
second
going?
one.
You
I'm,
go-
I'm going the second time to make sure that shit don't blow up. That's what I'm doing.
That way, if the first one doesn't work out, you can just keep
I'm like,
going
dude,
with it.
I love you. Abnormal realities, folks. Ron Phillips, Rocky Stucci. Ron is taking the rocket to the sky. It's going to blow up. RoMakeItDesigns.com. Love you guys. Ron Phillips, take us home.
Oh
6
my
seconds.
God, we're not going home yet. But in 2 minutes, we got some other stories we're going to talk to you about. Stop touching my feeder.
At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logoed designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and we'd be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Abnormal realities.
I watched a documentary the other day. People that were abducted. That's what it was about.
Abductees.
There is a kid, he claimed that he could speak alien. Let me see if I can pick it up. And he was serious, dude. I got chills watching it.
Then what was that sound you were making just now?
I don't know. It was what they did. But I probably said something in alien just now.
Did you call them to come get us? Maybe they can bring us a pizza. Ask them.
Bring us pizza?
Yeah, I don't care what.
Okay, hold on. I got to feel it.
Make sure it has jalapeno on it.
Really?
Yeah,
Just
please.
half jalapeno.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask aliens to bring me pizza.
Do they deliver it in 30 minutes or less?
It's on the way,
All
or
right.
it's free.
Abnormal realities. With Ron and Rocky. 8 p.m. Eastern. Mojo 50.
Welcome back to Abnormal Realities, folks. I'm Ron Phillips. That's Rocky Stucci.
That was
You
the worst.
found the mute button, I see.
That was the. Did you see my drums?
Yeah.
I was off on every single one that time. I didn't feel it. I skipped.
I was off. I didn't feel it.
Damn it.
So, folks, coming up on December the 12th, we're going to be going to the Haunted Hill House. And I guess sometime next week we'll have the owners of the house on the show.
That is correct, Ron Phillips.
Will they be video?
That is correct, Ron
Okay,
Phillips.
cool.
Yes, sir.
All right. And she said that when you called her to talk to her that they would be on.
When we
come on.
first got the location,
Yeah.
she said when it comes right up to the final week, then she'll come on so she can let everybody know about the house and
Good,
we can talk
good.
about it. We got the whole hour
At
to
some
do
point, we need to plan what our attack is going to be that night.
it. Yep, you in the attic. Boom.
Oh,
bitches.
see, that's
Good night.
not the plan.
Thank you, Texas.
That's that's not the plan.
Kind of is.
No, it's
really.
not.
There should never be a plan because you need to go where it brings you.
No, I get that, but things that we want to accomplish, not necessarily how we accomplish them, but things we want to accomplish.
I want to accomplish not talking to blinky lights.
Not talking to blinky lights.
Yep.
Okay.
We will do a flashlight experiment because I don't like it. I'm not, everybody has their own style. Do what you got to do. I'm talking about Rocky freaking Stucci right now. I don't like it when people use a mag flashlight and then they twist it until
To
it
where
turns on.
Yep.
And then very slowly twist it till right when it shuts off. I was going to electrical school at this time when this technique first started being used. And, you watch shows like Ghost Hunters, they were notorious for doing it on TV. And I know people are skeptical.
And that video that you and I watched of the guy going through the Hill House, he was using it up in the attic.
No, he was using for a flashlight. So what people...
Well, he sat down and he had it laying on the ground.
Oh,
there.
he did have it
Yeah,
laying on the
yeah.
ground. Okay, I'm sorry. And that's what they do. So they'll turn it just until it shuts off, and then they'll set it down, and then they start talking to the flashlight. It's stimulating conversations most of the time.
It's not really. I mean,
What happens, and here's the thing. Scotty Roberts, he's into it. He said he's witnessed a couple times to where it was really significant to the questions. And I'm the same way about orbs. Most people I tell that I believe in orbs, they look at me like a clown. But I've had situations, experiences to say that dust is not going to do that. That's all I'm saying. And that's Scotty's experience with the flashlight. So he's sticking to his guns and I kind of stick to mine. And here's the only reason why, because the easiest thing to debunk is that practice. That out of anything you do,
the flashlight.
And I'm not talking about mobile apps.
Well, give us
like that.
give us the electrical engineer reason why that is.
So what happens when the connector is close to the charge point, which would be the light?
Right.
It is so close. I mean, if you just tapped it with your finger, the connection is going to probably hit the light and turn it on. That's how close the connection is. So what happens is between the flashlight and the connect point, there starts to be this static that starts to get produced. That static continues to grow because the connection is so close. So there's like a magnetizing,
Yeah, that.
like
I got
a
you.
magnetic pole.
Yeah.
That starts interacting because it starts producing. And if it was light, you'd just see this little ball just kind of slowly grow, and it produces enough static electricity to create a solid charge for a short time. Sometimes it'll go 45 seconds, sometimes it'll go 30, sometimes 10 seconds. And so the light will come on, and everybody will be like, oh my God, oh, once means yes, And then they say, if it's really you, shut off. Because the thing is that static charge does not have a current flow.
Then it goes away. It
And
shuts the flashlight off.
And, oh my God, it shut it off.
You're going to watch this later and go, you're
I'm
going to
gonna be
call
so
me.
pissed off
Yeah,
at
you're going to call
myself.
me and go, I'm so mad that I did that.
Every show I do, I'm like, I hate myself.
He calls me and goes, I hate that I did that.
When we're driving
Such a dork.
up north or down south back home, when we're going to Minnesota, we were listening to one of my shows. I just shut it off. I got so mad at myself. I'm like, Phillips, why do you let me act like that?
I don't know, man. It's just you. That's how we know you.
But you look at me like that, and I feel like I got to continue.
I look at you like what?
Like this.
Yeah, I'm trying to be. I'm feigning interest in your discussion.
Is that what we call it now, bro?
I'm joking. No, I'm interested in it, really. But I agree with you on the flashlight thing.
Yeah.
You and I've had this conversation before.
So
it's
even
bogus.
if something was manipulating that flashlight, it's still, it'll always be never confirmed because that whole group of certified electricians will say that's what it's doing. Is it manipulating?
So
the
it'll
electro-
always be debunked. Always.
even when it's something real.
All right. So what is a good tool to use that is difficult to debunk?
I'm going to tell you 100% across the board, the original way, EVPs with the digital voice recorder.
Okay.
100%. Because if you're filming Ron Phillips, and Ron Phillips has that digital voice recorder in his hand, and you get an EVP on that voice recorder, you can go back on video and timestamp the question.
Right.
When you were talking, you can enhance the audio. You can listen to see if you're getting that EVP as well, or if there's anything in the background that could have been part of that EVP to where to debunk it.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on the Ovilus?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Well, because your EVP, the SMB, is it
SB7?
SB7?
Yep.
That's actually scanning radio frequencies.
Correct.
I don't know what the Ovilus does behind the scenes.
I don't know either.
But once in a while, it just throws out a word,
Dude,
right?
I've seen accuracy on that thing.
But those things are expensive as hell.
$1,200, bro.
Yeah.
But
by the way, Rocky and I want an Ovilus if anybody's interested.
They're only $1,200.
$1,200.
Probably $20-$30 for shipping.
It's if you don't know what an Ovilus is, it's a piece of it looks similar to his SB7 that he does his EVP scanning with, but it doesn't sound like it's scanning. It may be scanning behind the scenes,
but nothing.
But it has a dictionary of words in it, and every once in a while, based on quote the spirit or the energy feeding it a word, it will throw that word on the screen and say the word.
Yeah.
A lot of the ghost hunters out there and the TV shows use them.
I don't know the science behind it though.
I don't either.
But
if you hear that word,
dude,
if you're in a dark room and everything's silent and you're just sitting there and it busts off a word like, something freaky. I don't know what's that Destination Fear.
Yeah.
It busted off something one day and they all went and looked at each other and it freaked them out.
Yeah, because you go so long in silence,
yeah,
and your senses are so heightened that you almost kind of forget you're waiting to hear something.
Yeah.
So when it goes off, just like when somebody radios them, they freak out, right?
Yeah.
But the Ovilus, dude, I don't know for sure the science behind it, but I have witnessed and I have seen, and you have probably seen on some of those shows where they sit there and they'll get 4 or 5 responses absolutely 100% relevant to that exact situation that they're trying to dig into, right? So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. All I'm saying is with EVPs is that you're actually picking yourself up in a room talking, and, when you get a voice that says, I can't see you, how do you debunk that? And when you got it on video, to where you can show the video of you asking those questions and timestamp the video, and then you pull that audio, you know for a fact that there was no saturation or no contamination atmospherically. Who at a scientific level can explain? They'll come up with an electrical malfunction inside the recorder, some kind of a fault inside the recorder to where it's making funny noises during the recording, even though you had a direct response to a question. There's some people that will 100% never conclude that there's this possibility that we're picking up voices of energy that we cannot see, that we think of being some kind of a ghost or human spirit.
Correct.
It don't matter with some people. When I sent those recordings out for Devin, where he said, I still feel cold, I sent it out to 3 sound and audio engineers, 3 of them, and all 3 of them did not believe in this stuff at all. And all I wanted to know is, what do you hear? Are you getting some kind of interference from the recorder? And they all got back to me right away. And all 3 of them heard, dinosaurs, I still feel cold. So these people that didn't really know what they were looking for, listened to it, wrote me back, dinosaurs, I still feel cold. So did somebody say dinosaurs, I still feel cold? Or was there a malfunction in the effing recorder that said dinosaurs, I still feel cold? Battery's dying, bitch. Oh, that felt good.
Did it?
That felt real good.
I'm looking for Ovilus 4s right now. That's the latest one, I guess.
They're hard to find.
They're hard to find because, quite honestly, anything that has, when you search for it, the word is Ovilus, Ovilus, because I used to say it incorrectly. Here's an Ovilus 4 for $299.
I want a newer one though, because I want to be able to understand the
I
words.
thought that was the newest.
Is it? I'll tell you something. That ain't really that bad of a price.
$299.99, but it's out of stock.
Of course it is. It's going to be out of stock for 5 years. Yeah, I don't know. I
All
just don't know.
You want to talk about the singularity, or you want me to?
No, you do it.
Are you sure?
I'm feeling really good about my answer.
What answer?
That you do it.
Oh, okay. Well, this was the story you put in the folder for us, but
I did.
So the singularity. When will we all become superhumans?
Right now.
It's interesting. I love this picture, by the way.
That'd be
It's
cool
like
on
a
a Tumblr.
robot kind of thing. Futurologists point to. Oh, it would be good
Yeah,
on a
would be
Tumblr.
Good on a
Dude.
Rumbler.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing that. Futurologists point to the exponential rate of technological progress and conclude that we are rapidly approaching a revolutionary turning point known as the singularity. They predict that we will be able to enhance human intelligence and magnify creativity, entering a new evolutionary stage for mankind and a new epoch for the cosmos. There are at least 3 objections to this view, demonstrating that the singularity is hardly a foregone conclusion. In 1903, the Wright brothers showed the world the first sustained flight. In less than 60 years, Yuri Gagarin became the first person in space and orbited the Earth. In 1993, Tim Berners-Lee, do you know who that is?
Yes.
Who is it?
I have no idea.
You knew I was going to ask you that. Tim Berners-Lee made public the source code for the World Wide Web. 30 years later, everything from our fridges to our watches are plugged in. If you think about it, there is a generation of people who have seen a whole lot of technological advances take place, so much so that prior to that, there seemed to be none. You know, my grandfather was born in like 1915 or 1917, and he died in 97, which was right before the World Wide Web became a huge thing. I often wonder what he would think to see the internet now and what it's capable of.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if you went and got somebody from the 20s and brought them to the future? You'd let them stay.
Yeah.
You'd probably stay in this room. We'd probably let them stay in here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we could just show them.
They'd look at this room and they'd be completely dumbfounded.
They would feel like they're in
Yeah.
a spaceship.
Yeah, they sure would. In 1953, Rosalind Franklin, James Watson, and Francis Crick discovered the double helix of DNA. Within 50 years, we mapped the human genome. 20 years later, we are using CRISPR, CRISPR, to edit DNA. In 92, Gary Kasparov laughed at how embarrassing his computer chess opponent was. Within 5 years, he was beaten by that chess component on a computer. Technology has a habit of running away from us. When a breakthrough occurs or a floodgate opens, explosive exponential growth often follows. And according to futurologist Ray Kurzweil, we are only a historical moment away from, quote, the singularity.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this.
The singularity is defined as a future period during which the pace of technological change will be so rapid, its impact so deep, that human life will be irreversibly transformed.
Yep.
The idea is that discovery and progress will, quote, explode with unexpected fury. We often fail to appreciate what exponential growth actually means and how rapidly it brings about change. For instance, if we were to double the processing power of a computer every year, within 7 of these doublings, our computer's power would have increased 128-fold.
So there's going to be a breaking point or the singularity event to where everything becomes one. And that's when humans become robotic. That's when it is beyond even like when they talk about one world governments.
Yep.
They're not just being governed by a singular government. Everything from machinery.
Everything's tied together.
Everything
Everybody's tied
becomes-
together.
That's right. It all almost
We're
an
the
Atlanta
Borg.
style.
It's the Borg.
What's that?
I can't believe he just asked me what that was. Somebody in the chat room help a brother out. I'm going to go back to my story. Okay. You'll get it in a second. The conclusion that Kurzweil draws is that technological advancement is, quote, now doubling every decade. According to him, we are only a few decades from the point when things really take off, when we enter a breathtakingly abrupt and completely transformed new world. For some, the singularity will be a utopia. For others, it will be a Terminator-style nightmare.
That dude, it's going to be a
That's-
Terminator star.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm worried about too.
Yep. That's what it's going to be.
Kurzweil is certainly he's certain of the former. Kurzweil sees the weakness in our human frailty, or what he calls a 1.0 biological bodies. He said, yes, we have Rembrandt, Newton, and Saint Saens, I guess is how you say it. But it is also true that, quote, much human thought is derivative, petty, and circumscribed.
Star Trek?
I had to say that slow. No. Yeah, Star Trek, the Borg. So the Borg was if you got assimilated into the Borg, then you were part of the collective. It was one mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you about that, because that's where I wanted to go. Then we'll get back
Yep.
into it. When you have one mind, or you have one population that's beyond just human minds, but technological equipment as well, where are the souls? Where is the self-identity? And what individualizes an individual in a situation like that?
You don't have those.
So do we have emotions?
I don't think this type of singularity is what that's referring to.
I know, but that's when I keep going.
One
to.
consciousness?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
So one consciousness, then it's just one huge soul.
Soul is what it sounds like to me. The next great leap for the universe will be when humans and technology merge. Does not mean using Google Maps to find your way home. It means that our very biology will become enmeshed with the technology we create. It is the age of bionics. As such, the machines we make will allow us to, quote, transcend the human brain's limitations of a mere 100 trillion extremely slow connections and overcome age-old human problems and vastly amplify creativity. They will be a transcendent next stage humanity with silicon in our brains and titanium in our bodies. What
We're not
in
even going to
the
be
hell?
human, bro.
No, we won't be.
I don't.
You'll be. I mean, seriously, this is like a RoboCop thing.
We got to resist.
No, I don't know. A sci-fi lover's dream. How you view Kurzweil will depend largely on your existing biases and perhaps how much science fiction you have read. It is certainly true to say that technology in the last century has increased at a rate far beyond that of past centuries and millennia. The world of the 2020s is unrecognizable compared to that of the 1920s.
Yeah, Rapid Docs
What'd
is
you say?
make everyone internet dependent and then shut it all off.
If they shut the internet off right now,
You're done.
people in this world would lose their minds. Not me.
Oh, a little bit.
I lived in the age before the internet.
Yeah, but you run your life on that
I-
phone.
well, I do
you
kinda-
have
I
a
do now because it's
singularity
available.
relationship with your phone. You
No.
are one with the
Our
iPhone.
great grandfathers would look at the world today as they would an H.G. Wells novel.
Oh,
But it is equally true that there are many obstacles in the way of unlimited technological progress. We ultimately do not know if this rocket is going to take off, or if it does, whether it will hit a very hard glass ceiling. A little bit of flat earther stuff there, but here's the thing. You got to think about the fact that science fiction, albeit considered fiction, a lot of that is what drives people to invent different things, technological, aspects of stuff.
is any of that regulated though? Because
I
there's
don't think
people
any-
that could invent some very dangerous things to humanity.
The only thing that I know of that people have tried to invent that the government says absolutely not are what is it? It's a machine that is perpetual motion,
Yep.
generating electricity. You know what I'm saying? Perpetual motion
Yep,
machines.
yep.
And the government's like, hell no.
Well, dude, you can do that with a magnet.
Well, no, I don't disagree.
You know what I mean? And you can make a coil.
But you don't see any perpetual motion machines out
Nope.
there right now.
No, because they want to make money. That's
They
why
need to
Tesla's
make the
dead.
money. That's correct.
why he don't have the patents on electricity.
Yeah.
He wanted free Wi-Fi. That's what he wanted.
yeah.
Like cordless
He's,
electricity.
and he's about to give it to you.
Dude, let me ask you that though.
SpaceX is about to give it to you.
If we had electricity where we didn't have to plug into a wall, how would that affect the human body? Because those waves are going to be in the air.
Yeah.
So when you go to haunted locations,
There are people working on wireless electricity now.
I know, but so when you go to haunted locations and the electrical cords are not insulated, and you do an EMF sweep, you're gonna get some rooms that are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 milligauss of electricity in the air. And that gets people sick. It gets people nauseous. It gives them hallucinations. It's harmful to the body. It's like being cooked.
Do you think that people who live under those high capacity power lines,
I think it affects them.
it affects them? Yeah.
I'm not getting conspiratorial about it.
Yeah.
I'm saying it affects their body.
What about 5G?
I think if you live close enough to those towers, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And again,
I don't know. I haven't researched it enough to know. But there are a lot of people out there who just will not.
There was a school, just a quick example. There was a school that was right next to a 5G tower. And just like that, there was multiple kids in that school that got cancer. Not saying it's from the tower. I'm just saying the tower was right next to the school. And right after it got put up, there's this, I don't know all the specifics, but there's this amount of energy in 5 waves that is short, like wavelengths, which is more, it's like a microwave cooking you from the inside out. That's the problem with 5G. Apparently, they think it's healthy enough to do it. I don't mind it. I don't sit there and look for towers and run from them.
Did you guys ever have on your other show, did you guys ever have Dr. Peter Pry?
Oh, many times. You
This guy
produced it.
Did I?
Yes.
I don't remember him being on there, but this guy is a scary son of a gun to talk to.
He talks about the grid system.
He talks about the grid system and electromagnetic pulses.
Yep.
And he believes that a single EMP activated from a satellite, let's say North Korea puts one up in space, would obliterate everything in the U.S. and we would all be, or in the world, and we would all be dead within 90 days.
North Korea has 2 satellites that go over the United States twice a day, each satellite once. And each one of those satellites has the capability of giving us a burst and killing our grid system. It'll take us over a year to fix.
It's a scary place to be, dude. Look at the state of Texas. People are looking at the state of Texas from last February going, what the is going on?
Dude, it was.
Texas has its own electrical co-op. I forget what it's called. The Texas, I remember what it's called, but it's not on the same grid system as the rest of the U.S. Texas has its own. Well, its capacity was overdrawn in February last year. Therefore, my home was out of electricity for 5 hours or 5 days. And many people across the state were in the same boat without electricity.
And they didn't know to
days.
survive in 20-degree weather and 2 inches of snow.
Oh, you sit by the fireplace. That's what you do.
It was a
you
ghost
can't,
town.
because you can only use your phone for so long, right?
Sit in
I
your
mean,
car.
it was just,
I
sit in your
charged part of my
get
car.
warm. Yeah.
And to get warm.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Because you were without electricity for a while at the hotel.
3.5 days.
Yeah.
And cold water
It
for
just-
5. I took ice cold water showers.
Shit.
I had to sit down to pee after that.
Nope. You
know
had
what
to
I'm
sit
saying,
down
bro?
to pee
You know
after
what I'm
that.
saying?
I do.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
A lot of stuff that that can scare you when you start thinking about it. But, when it comes right down to it, the more technologically advanced we get as a society, the more worrisome it becomes. And there are people out there every day talking about, Skynet and the AI taking over. You know what? None of us will live to see that.
How do you know?
We just won't.
We might.
I doubt it.
It's happening. Do it.
Okay. I just doubt it.
Oh, I was going to say something. You would have got
What?
so
What?
mad at me. No.
What do you mean? Why would I?
We
get
have
mad?
rules on this show. We have one rule, and I was going to refer to
didn't-
somebody
Oh,
in our. We don't do this rule.
yeah.
And I was going to refer to somebody and say they were a robot. That's all. But I didn't say the name. I didn't say his name, Mr. President.
Oh, yeah, that. Oh, that guy. Okay. Oh, you're talking about the rule of no politics.
Yes.
I don't know. Hey, look, I don't know.
Say
I don't want.
something.
I don't want to.
Say something, Ron.
I don't want to say anything because we have this rule.
So, no, we don't. Here,
Yeah. All right.
I took this picture today. All right. As long as we're kind of in the
Oh, good
conspiracy
Lord.
road.
Are we gonna talk about this
Look
today?
at that picture. Just look at it. I watched.
Was that taken today?
That was taken today, right above where I
those are
work.
wires right there.
And I'm showing Ron a picture of these clouds. Now, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to say that I watched what looked like smoke or a contrail vapor
Yeah.
come out the back of an airplane.
It's a picture of vapor trails,
No,
and there's 1,
it's
2, 3, 4.
Not.
What do you think it is?
Dude, those started out. See, there's planes right there. and they're doing those lines and they're crisscrossing them, that was one of those tiny lines. That was one of those tiny lines. I watched all of this grow into one solid cloud. Tell me why vapor trails expand that much to where it actually creates a cloud. Please tell me that. Please. Because you can't. They are spraying shit, dude.
What are they spraying?
Watch these.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but
Here.
what are they spraying?
I don't know if you guys can even see it.
Yeah, it's
That big white line going across right there, that came out as a tiny little contrail coming out of one of those planes flying in the picture right there. And I watched that entire huge line turn into a cloud and mix with all the other little lines that turned into big lines and all became one cloud. And I watched it. I'm just saying, brother. I'm just saying. Here is Bill Gates and John Brennan from the CIA. This is what they explained when they both were getting $10 billion a year to run this program.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can find Brennan on YouTube saying exactly what I'm going to say.
I don't disagree. Yeah.
He says that he calls it atmospheric injections. And what they're doing is that they are injecting barium and aluminum into the atmosphere. They're
For
trapping
what
it
reason?
into the atmosphere because it looks like glitter. So when the sun shines down on the earth, it's going to reflect it back out into space.
Okay.
To help combat
Climate
global
change.
warming.
God dang. All right.
The problem is two things. You cannot pull that aluminum back out of the atmosphere when this planet does whatever it wants to do and goes back into a cooling state or even another ice age like we used to be. Well, up north, you cannot pull that out of the atmosphere. Number two is that not all of that aluminum stays in the atmosphere. This are real things. What they're doing it for, come up with your own conclusion. But that aluminum falls back to the ground. And there's been sites like California, Washington State, Montana, where they spray a lot because what they're trying to do is they're trying to get it into the weather pattern. You know what I'm saying?
Right. In the jet stream.
So they're trying to control it through a jet stream. They found levels of aluminum in these states. And you can even find studies that they did when they were spraying in California to test the results that were so toxic in the ground, they were millions of parts over the recommended safe levels of aluminum. And that was fine. And then you start going deeper, real stuff. What does aluminum do to the human body? Alzheimer's, cancer, autism, all those things. Holy shit!
You didn't know that was coming?
I got so much more to say. We just started.
We'll do it tomorrow night on the Freaky Friday episode.
Bidet.
Oh, no. Good luck with that. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go visit our website, abnormalrealities.com/shop to get your abnormal PD ornament. We're probably going to cut off orders on the ornaments about the 12th or the 14th, something like that, just so I can get them done and get them shipped out before Christmas. You can go to insanecustomtumblers.com, romikadesigns.com. Rocky Stucci, close us out.
Oh, folks, love you. We're out tomorrow. Bidet. Peace.